Okay, so Connie, I usually start with the claimant, the person who brought the case over here. So, if you wouldn't mind, share with us what brought us here today to mediation and what you would like to see being done.
Sure. We are here at Small Claims because about a year ago, maybe less than a year ago, my mother passed away. And my mother left us some items to split up between my sister Susie and me. She left her house, her furniture, pictures, jewelry, and a car. We decided that Susie would keep the house and the car, and that I would keep the furniture, pictures, and jewelry.
Okay, is this written down anywhere specifically?
No, unfortunately not.
Okay.
Everything's so fresh still, you know.
Okay.
I just thought it was fair for Susie to keep the house and the
Okay.
car. And the reason why we're here is because I heard through a friend that Susie is trying to sell the car.
Okay.
And I am against that because of the sentimental value behind it, and also because I have other concerns if she sells that car. So that's what brings me here.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is that you want to take the car, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Have you had any communication with her beforehand regarding taking possession of the car?
No, I have
No.
not.
Okay. So before this, you haven't had any communication regarding this at all?
No, not about this particular issue, no.
Okay.
It's just from what I heard from a friend.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to share that would help us understand and help us move forward today?
Well, I'm just gonna put my concern out there. I do have concerns that she may not, that she wants to sell the car and use that money for something else.
Okay.
That is my concern.
Okay. Alrighty. Susie, what do you think brings us here today in mediation?
My sister, she doesn't want me to sell the car. That car is mine. My mother left it for me, and I think that I should be able to do whatever I want. However, I'm not selling it just because I don't want it. I want to keep it too. It has also sentimental value. But I have a car. It's a 2000 Toyota Corolla.
Okay.
Aside from the car that my mom left, and it's broken down, and I need to have it repaired. I don't have the money for that, and because I don't have a car, I've been missing a lot of work. So the more I miss, I may lose my job. So if I can sell the station wagon that my mom left,
Uh-huh.
then I should be able to have money to pay for the repairs for my car. My mom's car is kind of old too, and so my car is newer, so it makes more sense to fix my car than to get rid of my car and then keep the station wagon. It's just, and the insurance is getting too high, so I even if I were to keep the car, I have my Toyota and then my mom's car. That means paying insurance for two cars, money that I don't really have. I have a minimum wage job, so I cannot afford all of that.
So what I'm hearing right now is some of your concerns are the insurance, right?
Yes.
That it's a bit too high.
Yeah, and also fixing the car.
And so would you say that the insurance and the fixing the car right now are the main concerns, right?
Yeah, it's money. It's money, and again, I wish I could keep my mom's car. It means a lot, because it was my mom's, but I can't afford to have two cars.
Okay. What are
And
your
it's just been taking it the wrong way, okay? Because she thinks that I just want to get rid of it, but we haven't been talking in over a year since my
Okay.
mom passed away, and so she doesn't know all the problems that I've been going through. That's why, she's easy to just file this claim and bring me to small claims court.
So if you could, in a way, tell her what the problems are, because what I'm hearing is that you haven't had the chance to share your problems with your sister, correct?
That's right, yeah. I'm sure that if she heard all my problems, she would understand why I'm doing this.
Okay. Connie, how do you?
First of all, she did not leave you the car. She left it for us to decide who was going to keep the car. You said the car was for you. She did not leave it to you. She's left all these items and for us to decide how we were going to divvy it up.
Okay,
When you kept the jewelry, she didn't say the jewelry was for you.
excuse me. Remember, as I said earlier, in the rules, the ground rules, that we are gonna allow one person to talk at a time.
Okay.
I gave Connie her time to talk previously, and I give you your time, so I kindly ask again that we respect each other's time in order to not slow down the mediation process.
Okay.
So based on what you've heard Susie said right now, what are your thoughts and what are your
Concerns.
concerns?
Okay, so putting aside the fact that she thinks it's hers alone, I do know that my sister has a gambling problem. And this thing about using the money to repair the other car, I don't buy it.
Okay.
Because she has a history of any money she gets in her hands, the first thing she does is go to Las Vegas and gamble it away, you know? And she's gonna do the same exact thing with this car if she sells it.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Susie, what are your thoughts on that?
See, I told you, we haven't talked in a year and she has no idea that I don't gamble anymore. I used to. She's right, I used to gamble, but I don't anymore. So, if I'm saying that I'm using that money to fix my car, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I need to go to work. And I don't have a car to go to work.
Okay, so earlier I did ask, what brought us here, but I think from this point I'm hearing a lot of things. For one, I'm hearing that you feel a bit, if you could paraphrase, or if I could paraphrase, correct me if I'm wrong with what I say, but I'm hearing that you do not feel confident in giving her the car due to your assumption that she might or might not use it for gambling. Is that correct?
That she will. You can be sure she will use that money for gambling.
No,
That is my concern,
I
yes.
won't.
Okay. Give us a moment, please. Okay. So with that being said, let's try taking a step back. If you could try paraphrasing what you've heard Susie said, what do you feel her concerns or what she wants to do here are today?
She's saying that she wants to use the money to repair her car,
Mm-hmm.
and she's basically struggling with a minimum wage job. But I feel like the way we've split up the items are very fair. I mean, she kept the house. I mean, I'm letting her keep the house.
And I'm paying what wasn't paid, I'm still paying on the mortgage. And I'm gonna lose the house if I don't have a car to go to work.
Okay. Again, we're going to take a step back.
Oh.
Based on what you've heard your sister say, I understand that, there are a lot of feelings right now regarding this, but I would like to hear in your own words what you think the concerns of your sister are regarding this situation.
Well, yes, it's true that I have the house, but it still has a mortgage going on, so I have to pay that. I have the car, and the reason I want to sell the car is so that I can fix my car so that I can go to work. But I don't go check in the jewelry box and see if she has got rid of any of the jewelry or the furniture. My mom had very expensive furniture and jewelry, so, and I'm not questioning, like, she has a new set of furniture. What happened to the other furniture that my mom left?
Well, right now we're not.
But I'm not questioning that,
Okay.
right? And so,
Susie,
Mm.
excuse me, please. Again, we're not here today for the furniture, correct?
Correct.
Correct. We're here for the car, and so
but she's questioning my motives, and I don't question her motives for the stuff that she kept. And again, it was for us to share. I'm not sharing the jewelry now. She wants to share the car.
Okay, so again, I'm going to remind you again, let's take a step back very quickly. We are here in small claims court today, right? And we're here regarding the possession of the car. And
That's
so,
all?
right now, yes, that is what is written here. This is what we are here for. That is what the judge told us today. And so, in order for us to move forward, to get an agreement, which is what I'm hoping we are trying to do today here in mediation, is to figure out what we're going to do with the car. And so before we do that, I think we should also address the concerns we feel, because I am personally sensing some tension, but I feel that some things need to be addressed. So let's take a step back. I think number one, correct me if I'm wrong, one of the goals we both have is figuring out who is keeping the car, correct? Okay, so let's make a list very quickly. Okay, so one, who is keeping the car, right? And so in order to do that, I think we need to figure out, I'm hearing that there are some concerns regarding that. So before we even figure out who is keeping the car, I think we should try addressing what are some interests you have in keeping the car. So I'm gonna start off with you, Connie, again. What are some interests that you have when it comes to sharing or keeping the car?
I think I'm better fit to take care of it.
Okay. What do you mean by that?
I have a good stable job, and if it needs any repairs, I will gladly take care of those repairs and hang on to it as long as possible. Maybe pass it down to one of my own children, because it was my mother's car.
Okay.
Or at the very least, that's all I have in mind right now.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is that you have intentions to pass it down, right? To share it within your
Take
family.
care of it.
To take care of it.
Take care of it, maintain it.
Okay, and maintain it. Are there any other concerns you have regarding the car or anything here in this mediation that you would like to see resolved?
No.
No.
Unless we want to look at the value of the car.
Okay, we can look at it in a bit. How
Okay.
much do you feel the car is worth?
The car is worth between $4,000 and $5,000.
$4,000 and $5,000. Okay, that's a good note to keep right now, because we are talking about the possession of a car. Maybe we can look at that later on. Susie, what are some concerns or some goals you have for this mediation?
Well, I want to be able to negotiate something so that I can get my Toyota back. That's all I really want, my Toyota back.
So
that I
what
can
I'm
go
hearing
back.
is you want your Toyota back?
Yes.
Okay.
And I actually did a price check on the car on the Kelley Blue Book,
Okay.
and it's worth $5,677.
Okay, can you write that one more time?
$5,677 based on what I found in the Kelley Blue Book.
Okay. If you don't mind me asking, how did you? I am hearing some differences between the prices. Where did you get your prices, or do you have any receipts or anything you can share?
This is just an estimate that my son helped me look up online.
Okay.
I have no exact reference where that came from, but I know that the car is worth about $4,000. And as you can tell, she's already inflating it
Okay.
to her benefit.
Do you have any receipts or anything that we
I
can
have
see?
this printout from the Kelley Blue Book,
Okay.
and maybe it may seem inflated because I said that the car was in excellent condition. I think it's in excellent condition, and that's.
Is there? Can you show us where the actual price is?
Right here, see?
Oh. Okay.
And then right here it shows if it's in good condition, show her so that she can see.
Okay,
That I'm not inflating this.
So this is where the price is. So do you see where she's getting the price from? Kind of? Okay. So you said, again, let me write this down, that the car is worth
$5,677.
Okay, so before we actually,
This way?
yes, you can go ahead, Kelly. Thank you for sharing.
Mhm.
Before we move on, let's make sure that any interests that you do have are shared. So is there anything else that, first, I'm gonna start with you, Connie. Is there anything else that you wanna share with us before we move forward and begin to see what we can do?
I think that before reaching a resolution, I would like to see her get a hold of her gambling addiction.
Okay.
Because with the car, without the car, she's going to continue to gamble. And I don't know if next year she's going to bring me to court over the pictures, over the furniture, just to, continue her habit.
Okay,
That's
so,
a serious concern I have.
so I'm hearing is that you're concerned for your sister's well-being in general. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Before we move forward again, is there any concerns you have that you'd like to share with us before we move forward to?
Well, I just don't want her to think that I'm a gambler yes, I used to gamble, but I don't do it anymore, so I don't want that money. I don't know how many times I have to say that I want the money for my Toyota.
Okay.
It's not for gambling, Connie. I don't gamble anymore.
Hmm.
I can't go anywhere without a car. How am I supposed to gamble without a car?
Hmm.
I can't.
So what I'm hearing is there is a bit of miscommunication, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Because I did ask earlier, right, if there was any communication beforehand, and there hasn't been communication. And so,
I have tried.
okay. Was this through text, call?
Every time I call, she refuses to take my calls. Funny that now we are here at small claims court after all the attempted calls.
Okay.
Typical of an addict.
So let's try again. As I stated earlier, we're gonna try respecting each other. So let's try using language that is gonna try being more. Let's see. So for example, let's say I say something along the lines as, "You are making me angry." Instead, let's try using language. Instead, it's kind of like, "I feel when you do X, Y, Z, it makes me upset." Okay, so let's try that instead of saying, phrases like that. So if we could try saying that one more time, what would that sound like?
I feel that you have been avoiding me all this year since my mom passed.
Okay. And what do you think of that when you hear this?
Well, if I've been avoiding her, it's because she's always calling me a loser because I'm a gambler and I spend all my money in gambling, but I don't anymore. And so now that I've changed, she still thinks that I'm a gambler, so that really hurts my feelings.
Okay. So you feel hurt. You feel.
Yes, I do. I
Okay.
do, because she thinks that I have no redemption whatsoever.
Okay. So.
And she's my only sister. I don't have any other siblings. So that hurts.
So after hearing this, Connie, would you like to try resolving the matter with your sister?
In memory of my mother, I guess I would.
Okay.
I think I can put aside some of my concerns, prejudices, for the sake of my mother's memory.
Okay. What do you think of this, Susie?
If she carries through, I think it's a good thing, yeah, because, like I said, I wanted to keep something of my mom's too, but I can't afford it, so I just need some help paying for my car, and then if she wants to keep the car, then maybe, even though my mom left it for both of us, if she wants to buy it from me, and then that way she can keep it, and I can get the money to fix my car, then maybe that can be worked out. I don't know if she's willing to do that.
Okay. So let me take a step back very quickly. So I'm going to quickly summarize what I've heard so far. So far I've heard that you both do want to try, for you, Connie, you want to make sure that the car is taken care of. At the same time, I do feel that I've heard that as well, that you do have concerns to take care of the car, that this car does mean something to you. However, you also share a concern to pay off the other car, your Toyota, correct?
Yeah, the repairs to my Toyota.
And that you also have some concerns that you want to make sure your sister is, in essence, taken care of, whether it's regarding the gambling and maybe even the car, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So let's actually create a list of what our goals are, okay? So I kind of said it verbally, but I'm actually going to write down a list so we can kind of look it over and see what we need to prioritize and where we can go from there. And then after we do this, we'll kind of come up with solutions that you guys are going to come up with. Again, remember, I'm not going to give you guys my opinions, my solutions. This is you two coming together to communicate, and I'm just here to help.
But before I agree to anything, she has to really commit to stop her gambling addiction.
Okay, so right.
Before I agree to anything.
Okay.
I don't have to stop because I already stopped. I don't gamble anymore.
Okay, so.
See, when we were out of touch, that's when I stopped. I actually joined the program for Gamblers Anonymous, and so I feel like the alcoholics say, I feel like I'm clean.
Okay. let's try focusing here. We don't have a lot of time here today. It's okay that we're sharing. At the same time, we also want to move forward, correct, ladies? Okay.
Okay.
So first up, we have the maintenance of the car, right? Unless you feel that something of more priority should fill up there. So let me hear a little bit from you. What, if we can make a list right now today, what would be the top priority for you?
You know, as a matter of fact, I have a certificate from Gamblers Anonymous. I can show you
Okay,
that.
again, let's try creating a list. We can look at that maybe later. We'll visit that
No, but she
later.
said before she agreed to anything, she needs to be sure that I quit gambling.
Okay, so remember earlier, there's a stipulation at the end that we're gonna sign and agree. We're not gonna sign that or agree on anything until we've actually come together and create a solution. So let's actually brainstorm together. You two are gonna come together to brainstorm together. So before we even brainstorm to solutions, let's try identifying what are the priority issues that we need to tackle. So Connie, let's start with you. What would you put on top of the list?
I would probably think, how much does it cost to repair her Toyota
Okay, so fixing the Toyota.
so she can continue to work?
Okay. Susie, what would be on the top of your list?
Tell me that too, and should I give you a price of what they tell me that I'm gonna have to pay for my Toyota? To fix it?
So before we look at that, because I'm pretty sure you have some solutions, which is good. We're coming up with solutions. First, let's look at the issues. So on the top of our list, we have fixing the Toyota.
Mhm.
Is there anything else you feel belongs on the list?
Well, I'm not sure who's going to end up with the car, my mother's car.
Okay.
Is she gonna keep it or am I gonna keep it? I think that needs to be resolved.
Okay.
Like if I'm going to keep it, am I obligated to give her some money out of that? And if she's going to keep it, how will I know that the money's really gonna be used for repairs?
Okay. So right now on the list, we have fixing the
That's a
Toyota.
priority. Maybe then she can give me the money to fix my car, and she can keep the car, my mom's car.
So you would say one of the issues, again, we're still on the issue list. So right now we have fixing the Toyota, figuring out
I
who's driving
can
the
let
car.
her to take legal possession of the car
Okay.
in exchange for money that I can use to fix my car, my Toyota.
So, okay, so what I'm hearing is that we're coming up with some solutions, correct? So let me write that down. One of them is a suggestion to,
Let her keep the car in exchange for the repair money for my Toyota.
okay, what do you think of that?
As long as it doesn't exceed the value of the car,
Okay,
of my mother's car.
all right. So Susie, how much are you asking for?
And please do not inflate it.
No, I have I have here an estimate from the mechanic, and it's for $6,030. Maybe I can negotiate with him and see if he'll take a down payment, whatever my sister gives me, and then I can, once the car is repaired, I can go back to work and I can start paying the mechanic the remainder in installments,
Okay.
like monthly payments.
So you're asking for $6,030?
That's how much it's gonna cost to fix the car, but she's saying that she doesn't wanna go over the value of, and I don't know which value we're going to, the one that my nephew found on the internet or the one on the Kelly Blue Book.
Okay, so let me take one step at a time. You're asking for $6,030.
That's what it's gonna take to fix the car.
Okay, so is that all that you're asking for?
That's all I
Is there
need, yeah.
is that the only idea you have for that?
That's the only
Okay.
idea I have, yeah.
So it's $6,030 to repair it, and how much is the Blue Book price?
$5,677.
So if I do the math correctly, let me grab my calculator right here. It is
$6,030,
minus,
$5,677.
that comes out to $353 of a difference.
Yes, and I'm willing to pay that if the mechanic agrees, pay out of my own pocket to them, and I just negotiate with him, either put it on a credit card, or just make monthly payments to the mechanic if he agrees.
Okay, what are your thoughts on this, Connie?
I'm sorry, I still have trust issues, but
Okay.
please understand that. But I am not willing to pay $6,030 for her repair. The most I'm willing to go is the low Blue Book price, the lowest price that we find on the Blue Book price, which is $56.77,
Okay, so you're willing to give her.
which is a lot more than what we had originally thought it was worth. You know, it's not that new of a car.
Okay, so what I'm hearing right now is that the solution you suggested is paying her $5,677. Is that, since you brought the case here, what else are you trying to get out of this mediation?
I want the car. I
Okay.
need to drive home with the car today.
Okay, so you're willing to give her that in exchange for the car?
Yes, because I will take care of it. It's gonna last many years in my family,
Okay, what do you
which
think?
she didn't even value, obviously.
Okay, again, we're gonna try, remember, fixing our statements so that they're more negotiable. But again, so let me paraphrase this one more time. You want to take care of the car, correct?
That's right.
And you're willing to exchange it for the amount that we've discussed, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think of this solution? Is this something that you're...
I have no choice. I don't want to let go of the car, but I need to get my Toyota fixed. So
Okay.
I think as much as I hate to get, because she thinks that I don't value the car. I do. It has sentimental value. Unfortunately, I don't have a nice job like she does, so I have to go flip burgers, and it's just not fair.
Do you know how many times my mother used that car to pick her up from places that she shouldn't have been gambling in?
Connie,
That car has no value to her whatsoever.
Okay, Connie, excuse me. Again, she was talking. I have given you 2 papers. If there's anything important that you feel that has been left out, please take the time to write it down on a piece of paper. I understand if we need to call for a caucus right now for a separate time, we can do that. However, if you do want to continue.
That's fine. She wants to keep the car as long as I get money to fix my Toyota. I'm okay with that.
Okay, is that something you're okay with?
Money is nothing, yeah, of course.
Okay,
I just want the car. I refuse to live without the car.
okay. So on our list we had fixing the car. So from what I'm hearing, the money, would that solve that issue that we
That would
brought up?
solve my Toyota issue, yes.
And would you feel that that's something that would solve the issue I had? Okay.
Provided she doesn't gamble anymore and that she doesn't come after the other things later.
Okay. Another point on the list we had was figuring out who's keeping the car. Right now it sounds like you're going to be keeping the car at this point and then you're not. Is that fine? Or is that
choice?
okay?
And I'm going to go with it.
Okay. Does this meet the goals that you've had in mind during this mediation or before we've come to this mediation?
My goal was not to give her a penny. My goal was to keep the car. But if this is the best we can come up with, I guess I'm okay with it.
Okay. Do you feel this is the best we can come up with? If you feel, I'm just asking, just to make sure.
Given the time constraints and all that, that's the best I can do. You don't know how much this sickens me. I just want to get out of here already.
Okay.
There's some things that are just stirring inside of me that I'm just really upset by this whole thing.
Okay. Do you feel that maybe there's something that's being left out that we could resolve before,
No, I'm good.
okay. How about you? What do you feel?
I'm good too. I'm not gonna even going to stir anymore the pot, so I'm okay.
Okay. So right now it sounds as if we've made an agreement regarding the specific case today, which is regarding the car, correct?
Correct.
So right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna write out a stipulation, which is, again, a written form that we're gonna be using to write down our solutions. And so let's start off by getting a verbal agreement that this is the solution we are going to aim towards, right? That you're going to keep the car from Susie, but in exchange for the money, correct? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, is that
Yes.
correct with you? Okay, so I wanted to make sure that you both agreed to this before we write it down in the paper, right? So we can't just write down, that someone's keeping the car. We have to be specific about it, right? So right now, what I'm gonna write down is that this agreement is between the both of you, correct? So right now we're gonna put that we both agree. So we, Connie Perez, right? And
Susie
Susie
Perez.
Perez, correct? Agree that Miss Perez or Miss Susie Perez is giving up possession of the car today, right?
That's right.
Dated today, which is the 9th, so on June 9th, today, 2019, that we, which means you two, agree that, that in this document that it serves that you voluntarily agree with respect to the following dispute, which is regarding the car, correct?
Correct.
So I'm gonna read it out loud. We're gonna see how it sounds at the end, but first let's kind of pick out the solutions. And so, for one, we're gonna write down that you agree to give up the car, right? So that Susie Perez agrees to give rights of the possession or rights to the car, ownership to the car. Okay, let's write that. Susie Perez agrees to hand over the pink slip, correct? To hand over the pink slip. To Miss Connie Perez, correct?
That's correct.
On this day, June 9th. Well, let's go over that first. Would you like it to be today? What date would you like this?
Oh, today.
Today, at what time? Let's figure that out.
By end of business, 5:00 p.m.
Okay, so by June 9th,
Do you have the pink slip with you?
Do you have the money with you?
okay, let's figure out one thing at a time. Let's figure out the card.
Okay.
Is it possible for you to give her the card today by 5
Well,
o'clock?
I don't have the pink slip with me right now, I have to go home, but yeah, by 5 p.m., yes.
Okay, well, it is 11 o'clock right now, so if it's possible, we're going to
Yeah.
write that down. So today, June 9th, Miss Susie Perez agrees to hand over the pink slip and the card over to Miss Connie Perez by 5 o'clock p.m. today. Correct?
Correct.
How can we make sure that that's something that can be accomplished today? Yes. How can we make sure that this is met?
We can meet with you again? Or is there another officer here that can?
Well, let's say the problem reoccurs, right? So let's say that you don't give the car. How can we ensure, or what will we do from here?
When I come back at 5 p.m. with a pink slip, she's gonna come back with the money? And if that happens, I don't see why we have to come back here.
Okay, Miss Connie, what would you like to do in case she doesn't bring the car?
I would like to meet at the police department,
Okay.
my local police department in Montebello at 5 p.m.
Okay. All right. So right now, what we have right now is that today on June 9th, by 5 p.m. today, Susie, you will be giving over the car over to Miss Connie over here, as well as the pink slip. Okay. We've also talked about the money, right? So today, you'll be handing over a value of $5,677 over. What payment would you want, or what form of payment would you like that in?
She can either give it to me in a cashier's check, kind of like the one, the kind that you get at the post office, or cash. And if she wants to, she can draw up a receipt and I'll sign it for her so that she can prove that she paid me and that I got the money from her, so.
Okay. Is
Yeah,
there
that's
something-
fine, I can bring the cash, that's no problem.
Cash? Okay, I'm gonna write down cashier's check or cash. Is that fine?
Make it a money order.
A money order?
Yeah,
Okay.
money order.
So let's write down money order, cash, or cashier's check to ensure that everything is covered. What time can you give that, or what day do we agree on to have that by?
Today too. If I'm gonna give her the card and the pink slip, I want the cash today too.
What about half of it?
Then I keep the card until I get
Oh,
all the
no,
money.
no, see, I'm not budging. So today she will have the entire amount. I don't want to meet with her again.
So so you want to give her the entire amount by today?
Yes.
Okay, so we're not splitting it in half?
No, today at 5 o'clock, she's gonna get the cash and I'm going to take the car with the
Right.
pink slip.
By 5 p.m.?
Yes.
Okay. Or is there another time that,
No, that's it.
okay, is that fine?
Mhm.
So, right now, there are some steps that we need to take before we write this. So, right now, again, we have that we both agree, by we, I mean you, Susie, and you, Connie, agree today on June 9th, 2018, that this is a voluntary agreement with respect to the following dispute, which is regarding the car. That Susie Perez, so item number 1, that Susie Perez agrees to hand over the pink slip and the car to you by today, June 9th, 2019 at 5 p.m. The second one is that by today at 5 p.m. On June 9th, 2019, that Connie will be giving you the amount of $5,677 in one payment allotment, right? In the form of either a cashier's check, cash, or a money order. Does that sound right?
Sounds correct.
Okay.
At the police station.
Okay, so you are both agreeing to meet at the police station. Is that where you want to meet? Is that? And
Yeah, might as well.
okay. I need to write this down, obviously, to make sure that it's ensured that these are met. And so, I'm gonna write that down. Do you know which police station?
Montebello Police Station
Okay,
on Beverly.
police station on Beverly. Okay, so, I'm gonna show you the stipulation. Tell me if there are any mistakes or anything that I'm missing.
No, it looks good.
Okay, as well, did I misspell any names?
Looks good.
Okay, so I'm gonna read it one last time before we sign it. This mediation agreement the stipulation is between us, Connie Perez and Susie Perez, today, June 9th, 2019. And this document serves for the following voluntary agreement with respect to the following dispute, small claims regarding the car. And so the first item on this stipulation is that Susie Perez agrees to hand over the rights of the pink slip to Connie Perez today by June 9th, 2019 at 5 p.m. And you are meeting at the police department. Another point is that you will be meeting her today at the same time, June 9th, 2019 at 5 p.m. to give her the amount in one payment, $5,677 in the form of a cashier's check, cash, or a money order. Same time, same location, and everything. With that being said, I ask that you sign right here. Thank you. And then you sign right here. Okay, I'm going to make copies of this and then we're gonna go to the court to go see the judge so that he can finalize these. But I want to thank you for taking the time to try out mediation. And if there are any more questions, feel free to ask. But if not, let's get ready to go to the court. Sounds
Thank
good?
you.